Hey everyone, Juno here. I just wanted to pop in real quick and talk about a fan film that was over 2 years in the making, finally making its way onto YouTube in the near future. S.T.A.L.K.E.R, Shadow of the Zone is a fan film set in the S.T.A.L.K.E.R universe, sometime after the events of Shadow of Chernobyl, but kept intentionally vague as to not contradict or get wrapped up in the lore. This will be a spoiler-free review of the movie. Thankfully, I got the opportunity to see the movie early due to their press tour around the country to show it off in select cities, and thankfully I was on that list. So, without further delay, let's get into it. The movie follows our main character, Crow, a loner stalker who teams up with a group of mercenaries and an ecologist to investigate a new signal that has appeared in the zone. With orders to destroy it, they have to work their way to this new threat no matter what, and eliminate it before it either expands or kills new stalkers that wander into it. For those not familiar with S.T.A.L.K.E.R, I'll briefly go over the premise. After the events of the Chernobyl nuclear disaster, the surrounding area was soaked in radiation and was locked down by the Soviet government, and follows much the same timeline as it does today. Then, 20 years after the event, a strange emission emanates over the old power plant, causing blinding light, hurricane-force winds, unnatural radiation, physics-defying anomalies, and strange creatures that infest the zone. The exclusion zone itself grows 5 kilometers, and the Ukrainian government is forced to establish a new cordon. Years later, factions develop within the zone. People who enter into the zone that aren't part of the military are designated as stalkers, each of who find their way to a faction that suits their own ideology in the zone itself. Mercenaries, military, artifact hunters, all vying to discover the secrets at the heart of Chernobyl. Now that you have some context when it comes to this series, how does it compare to other S.T.A.L.K.E.R media? In terms of atmosphere, it nails it with lighting, sound, costume design, even factions as well. I'll only use trailer footage to show it, but the 2 big ones are mercenaries and of course Monolith showing up later in the film. Both are fairly accurate portrayals of their counterparts. The plot is easy to follow without having too much prior knowledge of the series, considering the self-contained nature of it all. There are, however, some higher level concepts that are more easily understood when you grasp the nature of the zone itself. For example, the anomalies of the zone and the way it draws an effect on human minds. Additionally, there is a scene where the ecologist and Crow are having a conversation with the backdrop of having a train car suspended in the air while in slow motion. In the zone, this is considered normal with gravity anomalies. However, due to certain constraints, there is a lack of mutants within this movie. No Snorks, bloodsuckers, pseudo-giants, or even controllers. Though the fan film nature of it means they can't have everything here. What they do have, they do exceptionally well here. Another thing to point out is the overall tactics and methods of the actors themselves. There are a few scenes of CQB and plenty of small unit movement, along with a pretty extensive gunfight at one point as well. I'm certainly no expert in this department, but I do have a little experience with it. I'd like to say that this is a pretty faithful and accurate representation. Overall, it's a great fan film with admittedly minor complaints. Part of the wishes of the team, I've kept this as vague as possible and spoiler-free because, like them, I want you to go in as blind as possible when you watch this movie. As for the eventual release to YouTube, the timeline is sometime in October. So if you're considering giving it a watch, check out Evan Royalty on YouTube and consider subscribing. He also has similar projects set in the SCP universe that can help bide your time. With that, my next review will be a much longer one. Till then, have a good one, lads. Thanks for watching.